Now let's see the principles of Fayol. Henry Fayol, as I have told you earlier, that he was a mining engineer. So he gave 14 principles. These principles are also called as 14 principles of Fayol, 14 principles of management, 14 principles of administrative management, etc. So यहाँ पर मैंने एक बहुत शॉर्ट फॉर्म में उसको स्पेसिफाई किया है, विच विल बी हेल्पफुल टू यू इन लर्निंग द कॉन्सेप्ट, जिसको मैंने बोला है डर, DAR, डर. डर represents division of work and AR represents authority and responsibility. Then I said do, DW. D stands for discipline, U stands for unity of command and unity of direction. Then SRCS में S stands for subordination of individual interest to general interest. R stands for remuneration. C stands for centralization and decentralization. S stands for Scala chain, in which we have already discussed Gangplank. OES में O stands for order, E stands for equity, and S stands for stability of personnel. Then IE, which stands for initiative and esprit de corps. Now let's see one by one what this particular initials suggest and says. Now see, all the 14 principles are first, division of work. According to this principle, whole work must be divided into small tasks or small jobs, and each job must be assigned to a trained specialist. मतलब डिवीजन ऑफ वर्क में किसके ऊपर फोकस किया गया, सबसे ज्यादा फोकस किया गया स्पेशलाइजेशन पे, सो दैट देयर विल बी एफिशिएंसी एंड इफेक्टिवनेस. Second principle is authority and responsibility. Now see, there should be a proper balance between authority as well as responsibility. Why we said this is, authority always comes with responsibility and responsibility always comes with certain authority. Now authority is the right to give orders to subordinates and responsibility is the obligation to perform that particular order. Yeah, फिर you can call it like responsibility is the duty of a person to perform a particular job. ठीक है. Now they both goes hand in hand and parity should be there between authority and responsibility. Authority is of two types: official authority and personal authority. In official authority, there is an authority to command, and then personal authority which has been given to each and every individual manager to perform his particular day-to-day jobs. Authority can both be formal as well as it can be informal as well. Next is discipline. Now see, discipline refers to obedience to certain rules and regulations of the firm, of the company, which is necessary for certain systematic working of the organization. Next is unity of command and unity of direction. Now what unity of command speaks? According to this, each subordinate should receive orders and be accountable to one and only one superior. मतलब one boss should be there of for one particular subordinate. There should not be two superiors for one subordinate. Next is unity of direction. Now unity of direction implies that there should be one head for one particular plan or for a particular group of activities having same objectives. हर डिपार्टमेंट का ऑब्जेक्टिव हमेशा वही होना चाहिए जो एक पर्टिकुलर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का ऑब्जेक्टिव है. क्लियर? एंड देन वी सॉ what unity of command and what unity of direction has some differences. ठीक है. Then subordination of individual interest to general interest. इसमें हर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का इंटरेस्ट हमेशा प्रायोरिटी बेसिस पर होना चाहिए. Whole objective of a particular organization must prevail over the interest of individuals. Clear? Every individual has its own interest, but कंपनी के इंटरेस्ट या कंपनी के ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं एज कंपेयर टू अ पर्टिकुलर इंडिविजुअल. Then remuneration of employee. So there should be overall pay and compensation mechanism, and it should always be fair to both the employees and as well as organization. Employees should be paid fair wages, which should give them at least a reasonable standard of living. At the same time, it should be within the paying capacity of the company also. Then centralization and decentralization. According to this, there should be proper balance between centralization as well as decentralization. सेंट्रलाइजेशन का मतलब होता है कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ऑफ अथॉरिटी, कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ऑफ पावर, कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ऑफ डिसीजन मेकिंग विद इन अ पर्टिकुलर पर्सन. एंड डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन का बेस्ट एग्जांपल है इंडिया. नेशनल लेवल पे नेशनल गवर्नमेंट, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, स्टेट लेवल पे स्टेट गवर्नमेंट, then at local level that is mayor जो रहता है वो उनकी government, ठीक है. So that's how this particular principle works. The next is Scholar chain. According to this, organizations should have a chain of authority and communication that runs from top to bottom, and it should always be followed. But there is an exception. That exception is called as gangplank, which allows direct communication between two employees of the same level without following Scholar chain. But it should always be in emergency conditions. Okay. Next is order. According to this, there should be a place for each and everything and for everyone. That is, people, materials must be in suitable places at appropriate time for maximum efficiency. Now, ऐसा क्यों बोला गया कि अगर प्लेस पे सब सामान रखा रहेगा, व्यवस्थित रखा रहेगा, तो नेक्स्ट डे जब वो काम पर आएगा तो उसको टाइम नहीं लगेगा, डिले नहीं होगा. It will ultimately affect in effectiveness. Next is equity. Now see, according to this principle, there should not be any kind of discrimination among the employees on the basis of religion, on the basis of language, on the basis of caste, sex, belief, nationality, etc., etc. There should be total social justice between each and everyone. There should be certain kindliness behavior of with each and every workers. Next is stability of personnel. Now see, every organization should go for proper efforts to achieve stability and continuity of personal tenure. अधिकतर कंपनीज ने इसके लिए बॉन्ड स्ट्रक्चर स्टार्ट किया, जिसमें वो बोलते हैं कि 2 साल तक आपको जॉब करना कंपलसरी है. अगर आपने 2 साल के बीच में जॉब छोड़ी तो यू शुड गिव सर्टेन अमाउंट ऑफ कंपेंसेशन. नेक्स्ट इज इनिशिएटिव. Now, according to this principle, workers should be encouraged and given an opportunity to take some initiative in making and executive plans. Now, see, he suggests that employees at all levels should be encouraged to take initiative in work-related methods. Now, see, it will help in self-motivation, it will give them confidence, it will help in strength of the organization, etc. The last principle is esprit de corps. According to this principle, management should promote a team spirit. जहाँ पर team spirit की बात आएगी वहाँ ध्यान रखना कि it is always talking about esprit de corps. They should work in as a team. TEAM. इसका एक full form होता है. Together, everyone achieves more. Again, I am repeating. Together, everyone achieves more. Now, it will help in full support. It will help in cooperation of all the members of the firm. And another thing, a manager should always replace I with we in his conversations so that it will give rise to a spirit of team spirit, and it will also develop an atmosphere of mutual trust, of belongingness among team members, and will minimize the need for using penalties or certain other harsh punishments. So that's all from the point of view of summary. Stay learning, be safe. Thank you.